What's going on, y'all? It's your boy O Scruggs, Omar Scruggs in the building. We're gonna go a little bit different route. And I told y'all starting this page. It's predominantly a sports page, but let's also talk about some other things. So what I want to discuss today, beard care. That's what I call it, beard care. One of the main things I get a lot of people asking me is like, yo, what do you do for your beard? How do you get your beard to come in, to get it full, get it looking healthy, shiny and all that? I get a lot of things. I even have people come up to me sometimes and be like, yo, is that some type of beard weave? Is it dyed? Are you using a blow dry? Are you putting straightening grease in it, things like that? I guess because nowadays there's so many products that you can buy and people photoshopping pictures and stuff or whatever. So if they see it online, but in general, people want to know how can they grow their beard before they get a good healthy beard. So first thing I will tell you, the key to a healthy, good looking beard, genetics. That's a big part of it. Just like anything, just like with people that some people can sing, but if you can sing, you're born a singer. You're born with the ability to sing. It's genetics, but you work at it, you practice at it to become better at it. Same thing with throwing the football. If you see an NFL quarterback, most quarterbacks, or every quarterback that makes it to the NFL, even if you're playing at a college level, they're born with the ability to throw. It's just a natural, God-given, innate ability. But you work hard at it and you practice at it and you perfect it to get better at it. Same thing with, sometimes you see somebody and they'll have, you'll see somebody that's real tall. Same thing, you really can't work on nothing to get taller, but you can eat healthy and drink a lot of water, things like that. So your body grows to its fullest potential. Same thing with like skin. You'll see somebody with great skin, and a lot of times they just naturally have great skin, but they might do other things too, like eating properly, exercising to get their skin even better on top of what they were naturally born with. So I wasn't born with any great physical, looks that look great. But one thing genetically that I do have, is the beard comes in, pretty good. If you see my dad, his beard comes in the same, especially if you see him when he was my age, like the beard looks the same. But I'll give you a couple of the key things you can do to improve whatever type of beard you got to make it look better and make your beard reach its fullest potential. So, spoke on the first thing, that's genetics. That's the one thing you can't control. Some people just naturally can grow a beard. Some people can't. Some people can grow a extravagant beard. Some people can grow an average beard. I had a full beard by the time I was 16 or 17. I mean, it wasn't like this, but I was able, for the most part, to grow a full beard that you could see on a grown man by the time I was 16 or 17. So just that part just naturally came. Second thing I'll tell you, give a damn. You gotta care. Like with anything in life, if you really want it, you'll work hard at it. And some things you gotta work harder than others. Some things, it's not hard work, but it might be a few simple steps you can do to make that, whatever that obstacle is or whatever that goal you're trying to achieve, get to its best. So with my beard, it's nothing miraculous or anything I'm doing at all to improve it. So I think maybe I care about my beard a little more now, because once the hair up top went, so I was like, this is the only hair I got, really. So might as well, make the most of it. So that's the second thing, care. Like if you want a good beard, you can't just be like, well, I'm just gonna wake up and do nothing and whatever happens, which is cool, but you're just gonna have whatever beard comes with that. So the third thing I would say, number 3, get yourself a good shampoo or a soap for your beard. Now it might be the same type that you use for your hair, or you might get something different. You can go online, you go to plenty of stores, they got so many beard items you could buy for your beard. But for me, it's pretty simple, and I wish I had it with me, but I forgot to bring it with me. What I actually clean my beard with is something called organic African black soap. You can find that online, you can find that in certain health stores. I'm not sure if somewhere like Whole Foods has it, but where I'm at, like Philly and in New York, it's all types of stores you can go into, usually like mom and pop spots or the African spots that carry it's called African black soap. And you want to get the real African black soap. It usually comes in like a brick. It looks like a brick. and it's usually wrapped in like some type of plastic, or you can buy the liquid. It's like a bottle where they liquefy it for you. There's other black soaps you could buy over the counter at places like Walgreens, Rite Aid, places like that. Those aren't as good because they're more, I'm not sure what the word is, they're a little bit more watered down because they're being sold through these big chain companies. So they're not exactly the natural, organic ones per se. But like I said, all else fails, you go online and look it up, organic African black soap. Not sure if that works for all hair. You don't have to be African, I don't think, or black. But that's what I like. It usually has shea butter mixed in with it, and it's all natural. It's made from like beans and I forget all the ingredients, but if you look it up, it'll have all the ingredients for you. So that's another thing. And you want to shampoo it depending on your lifestyle, how often you want to do it. I clean my face obviously every day, but I give my beard a good shampoo scrubbing about once every 3 days. Depending on how your hair is, how your skin is, or whatever, that more determines how often you want to do it. I don't shampoo my beard every day because that takes too much of the natural juices out. I don't mean to call it juices, but that takes too much of the natural like oils that your skin actually secretes to help your hair follicles grow. So me personally, about once every 3 days, but depends on who you are and how your body is. That'll determine it. I would say maybe as often as you wash your hair, maybe that's how often you would do the beard. I'm not sure. Some people wash their hair every day. Some people don't. So that's the next thing. Also, you want to get yourself a good moisturizer. It could be the moisturizer you use for your body. It could be the moisturizer you use for your hair. Get yourself a good moisturizer. And a lot of this is trial and error. You might not find it on the exact first hit. It's trial and error. So you might stick with what you already have, or you might try some new stuff. What I personally use is this African shea butter. And a lot of times when you go to get the African black soap, you'll see African shea butter there also. And this is basically, it's what ingredients is on here. And it's basically from a tree, the shade tree, and they basically take the nuts from that tree and they grind them up. It's good. It's also good for your skin as well. And it's basically a all natural moisturizer. It helps with things like dry skin, eczema, minor burns. It also says it helps with things like swelling and arthritis. And it's also a good sunscreen, which I've never used it for those things specifically. But it is good for the beard. It keeps the beard soft. It gives it a good shine. Helps your roots stay moisturized so your hair will grow. So that's another thing you could do. Once again, in case you want to look this up online or find it. And like I said, any place you find this in the store or online, you could also probably find African black soap. They usually go together. The next thing you want to do, get yourself a comb. Get yourself a good comb. Now, it also depends on the length of your beard. If your beard is a lot shorter than mine, maybe a brush you would want to go with. But at this length, I like a comb because it can get in there and really get through and straighten the hair out and really get it straight and full and get everything puffy. Now I'm gonna show you the technique I use with my beard. So what I do is I take my comb. You can see it's been used, got some hair and stuff in there, but don't mind that. So what I do, especially in the morning or after I'm taking a nap, 'cause when I sleep, you get like dead hair on your face and it gets smashed in sometimes. So one side will be smashed in, one side might be out. So this is what I do. After I wash it, dry it with a towel, let it sit for a little bit. For a few minutes, just to air dry a little bit too. You want to take your comb, and this is what I do. I comb it out. You see that almost like you would pick your hair. Basically, I'm picking the beard with the comb. I'm combing it out. So you'll see my beard is actually longer than it even looks. So this is me. And what this does is it straightens it out. It straightens everything out. Kind of like when you go to the barber before you get a haircut. Sometimes they'll go through your hair with the comb just to get it straight so they can see the length. And you see that it straightens it out. It's a little more puffy than it was. So I do that so I get all the hair straight. And then I go right back over it and comb it down. You see that? Comb it down. And you get that back down to where you want it. Get your mustache. I don't pick out the mustache because I keep the mustache trimmed lower and comb it down. And that's how you do it there. And you have a nice, healthy looking beard. Pick it out. You can use a pick if your hair is that long, but I like the comb because the teeth are smaller, so it really gets all the hair. And there you go. And the last thing I'll tell you, drink plenty of water, which is good for your life in general. You know, your body is mostly composed of water. If most people know that by now. It's also good for hair growth. Drink plenty of water, even if you don't have a beard, if you don't care. If nothing else you get from this video, drink plenty of water. I'm gonna do another video another day about trimming it, basically how you keep it even and trimmed up, because I do this myself. I don't go to the barber. I used to learn how to do all this cut hair a long time ago. So I'll go over some techniques, maybe even if you're not a barber, if you don't know how to cut hair or whatever, to keep your beard trimmed up. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. OS Sports Podcast. We're going to be at the NBA draft tomorrow, Barclays, Brooklyn. And we'll be talking about that. I had a beard out, you know what I mean? And we talk some basketball. It's your boy, O Scruggs. Peace.